Hello everyone, it's your boy Tarek and I'm back today with another video for you guys. If you guys are new to the channel, be sure to hit the subscribe button with the notification bell on so every time I upload a video, you guys are notified. And yes, we are back with 2 episodes in one. I feel like for I Kissed a Boy or for shows that drop 2 episodes in one, I feel like or 2 episodes on the same day, sorry. I feel like it's easier to just do 2 reviews in one video. I don't know why I didn't do that from the start. But I should have done it for the show because 2 episodes drop on the same day. But let me just explain to you why you're getting it today and why you didn't get it yesterday. Because obviously the episodes dropped yesterday. Saturday was Mighty Hoopla. I had a blast. It was my first ever Mighty Hoopla ever. I definitely see myself going again next year. And I'm going to try to do the both days. I only done one day this year because I said, let me test it out. Let me see what it's like. I'm always a person, if I try something new, I need to pick up the vibe and see if I like what I like. I enjoyed the hell out of it, so I definitely will be going back next year. And then I thought I was a raver, I thought I was a party goer, and I decided to go to an after party. Yeah, guys, Sunday I was out of it. I was sleeping the whole entire day. I don't like really doing stuff like that because I feel like I'm wasting my day, but the sleep was needed because I had work today, and we thank God that I wasn't tired and exhausted in work. So I literally slept all through the day and even during the night. Like, you know, like most of the time you will sleep during the day and then I didn't even struggle to sleep at night. That's how tired I was. So yeah, that's why you lot didn't get the review yesterday, but you're getting it today. You're getting it today. I never failed to come through. Okay. But yes, we have episodes 7 and 8 to discuss. Obviously, first we will be discussing episode 7. And in the second half of this video, you will get episode 8. If you just want to see one, you can just watch the first half. Vice versa for episode 8. If you just want to see one review, you could just skip straight to episode 8. But, you know, if you're a true supporter and you want to see both reviews, you'll stick around for the whole video. Without further ado, let's just get straight into this. So episode 7 starts off by Dannii coming to the dinner table and joins the boys. She wants to know all the tea. She wants to know what's really going on. And I put here as a side note, I love when like a host of like a reality show asks the right questions. Like they don't tiptoe around the questions that they're supposed to be asking. Like they get into the nitty gritty of things, and I really love stuff like that. So Dannii must have been like to Justin, oh, you're really quiet. Like what's going on? And Justin was like, you know, he struggles to open up, as his past relationships have been in secret, or men that he's dealt with, you know, they've kind of said to him, oh, don't tell anyone, or don't, you know, let's keep it between us type of thing. And I can understand why that will be triggering for him, because who would want to be anyone's secret? Like, at the end of the day, like, you should be proud to show me off type of thing. Not show me off in the sense where you need to be posting me every 2 minutes. That's not what I mean, but you shouldn't, if someone asks you, for example, oh, are you seeing someone? It shouldn't be, I don't want to use the word of an embarrassment, but it shouldn't be a thing that you're hiding. You should be like, yeah, I am seeing someone, but we're not exclusive. Or I am seeing someone and it's going in this direction. It shouldn't be a thing where that's what you're hiding or you don't want anyone to know, because why don't you want anyone to know? That's what we should be asking. Why don't you want anyone to know? But we will get into that question a little bit later on. Baraka is also a person that struggles to open up about his feelings and says how he feels. Dannii says there are things that haven't been said that maybe need to be said. I just want to go back and touch on Baraka struggling to open up. I feel like a lot of men, I feel like it's a man thing. Like me myself is something I'm still coming to terms with. It's something I am still learning as a person, to open up and tell someone how I'm really feeling, because I don't want to get hurt. I don't want my heart broken. So I go to protective mode most of the time. And it's like, if I don't put all my cards on the table, you can't hurt me. Even though what's weird is us as humans, we feel what we're feeling. But just because we're not saying it, we still feel it. So let's say, for example, you don't tell someone how you truly feel about them, but then they go and progress with someone else. That's more of a kick in the teeth to you, because if you were open and honest, maybe that person could have put more of their energy into you. I don't know, because at the end of the day, if that person feel strong about someone else, then they're gonna go and talk to the other person regardless. But I just feel like if you tell someone how you truly feel, there could be that slight chance where they might give you more energy because it's like, oh, you've opened up to me. Like, communication is an attractive thing. I know people say it's basic, but a lot of people don't know how to communicate. So that's why when a man knows how to communicate and actually tells me how he's feeling and tells me where his head is at, it's like, wow, you're one of the good ones. Okay, I see you. I'm taking my notes. Alex explains to Justin that when he's in like a relationship or he's getting to know someone, he just likes to keep it between him and that other person. And I put in brackets, I understand. I get it. I do get that because not everyone needs to know your business. You don't need to tell everyone what you're doing, what your plans are, who you're seeing, who you're dating. I feel like there's 3 things in this life that we should kind of keep to ourselves or like keep within our close circle or privately. Number 1 is love life. People don't need to know who you're seeing, who you're dating. I'm a firm believer in that. I wouldn't say it's a mistake, but I, for myself, made the error of being too open and posting stuff regarding exes in the past. And it's not like to say I regret it, but it was just a learning curve because you have people that when they see you happy, they will try and ruin shit for you. And it's like, what you don't know, you can't try ruin. Or what you don't know, you can't try and be funny towards. So it's like, you won't know anything anymore. I try to be the person where it's like, oh, not show off, but it's like, I'm a content creator, right? For those that don't know, I'm a content creator. So like, I make content with my exes. I've done this, I've done that. Vlogs, Q&As, you name it. And it's like, people see that I'm happy and they try to ruin it. So it's like, okay, I've taken note of that. It's fine, Tarek. It's a learning curve. Just now, going forward, people won't know who I'm. Only my close circle of friends and family need to know if I'm seeing someone or like dating someone. Like, it's no one else's business. So I do get where Alex is coming from with that, with what he's saying there. But then I also get Justin's point of view as well, because it's like, okay, like I understand you're a private person, but why do you want everything like in such a secret? So I on this occasion I see both sides of the coin. Callum did make me chuckle in the confessional by saying it's actually not a secret. Like, everyone knows that you two have kissed. So I'm so sorry. I don't know if it's my eyes that's playing tricks on me, but I thought I saw something drop. Oh my gosh. What was I saying? That actually threw me off. I'm so sorry. So yes, Callum made me laugh in the confessional because it was more of a thing where it was like, everyone knows. People are putting 2 and 2 together. Alex is saying that he's not going to kiss and tell who he kissed. And Justin is saying he's going to keep it a secret. 2 + 2 = 4. People are putting 2 and 2 together. So in hindsight, it isn't really a secret. Alex and Justin, they ended up having like a conversation. There wasn't really much to take notes on regarding this. They basically blessed it, and Alex was apologizing on how he made Justin feel, and then they ended up sharing a kiss. Jack S apologized to Justin for making the joke about him smothering Alex. Baraka and Adam have a conversation. Baraka makes it known that he is interested in Adam, and Adam doesn't shut it down, as he says he is open to exploring. I could have told you for free. Well, I'm obviously the episode, you know, I've seen it, but I could tell you that there wasn't going to be anything to come of that. I don't know. It just, yeah, I wasn't seeing it. I wasn't feeling the vibe. I'm just like, it's giving, I have no one to talk to. So like, let me see if I can, I don't know, try and find a connection, which is okay. But it's like, be true to yourself. If you know deep down within your heart of hearts, I don't know how the guy's feeling or how he was feeling at the time. So I cannot make this assumption, but I can give an opinion from a viewer's point of view. And from what it was seen on TV was like, I didn't really see those two. Maybe it wasn't shown on the camera, or maybe I'm just blind. It wasn't shown that them two were having conversations like that. So that's why I'm kind of seeing it as, oh, when did you take interest type of thing? Maybe because they shared a kiss and I'm thinking, okay, cool. But within the community, especially if you go to the clubs and to stuff like that, Men be kissing men all the time, and it ends up turning out to be nothing. So that's why I'm saying. For me, it wasn't really given. Justin is feeling insecure at the moment because he doesn't know where he stands with Alex, which is valid. Alex hasn't reassured Justin to be like, listen, I'm still into you. I'm just getting to know other people, X, Y, and Z. Like he's left. You know, like when you send someone a message and they've left you on red. That's how Justin was feeling. He was left on red. Alex was telling Adam about the incident he had when he was 2 years old, where he had his thumb amputated and on his left foot he only has 4 toes. I can't lie. If Alex had never brought that up, I would have never had noticed. I would have never had noticed it. Aaron and Just are like closed off. Well, Aaron says he's ready to close things off, and Just kind of said the same thing. But I don't know if I don't know if I can say closed off, because with the challenge that they had, was the challenge in this episode or the next? I think it was in the following episode. But the final chemistry test that they had, I don't know if they're on the same page in terms of that, but we'll get to that when we'll get to that. But for now, I believe that they both agreed to being closed off. Adam tells Alex that he fancies him. And it throws Alex off, not in a bad way, but in like I wasn't expecting that type of vibe. Justin speaks to Hugh and is annoyed that Alex hasn't given him any reassurance. I think it is a bit mad how Alex hasn't said a word to Justin since talking to Adam and stuff like that. Me personally, as soon as I've had a conversation with someone, I will pull the person that I'm currently speaking to aside and say, look, this is the situation. This is where my head's at. Just to give them that kind of, let them know that they're on par. Let them know that, you know, I'm still into getting to know you. I'm just balancing my cards right now. That's it. It's like simple communication. Like I've said in all my reviews here, whether the person, the said individual, gets upset, obviously no one wants to see anybody upset. That's the last thing anyone wants. But what we need to understand is you have done your part. You have done your great part in society. You have said to the person, rah, you know what? X, Y, and Z. You have communicated what's on your mind or what you're feeling in here. That's all you can do. There's not much more you can do. But you withholding how you're feeling or with you not communicating is going to hurt someone even more. We need to get this out of our heads, especially as men. Like, this is a message directly to men. We need to get this out of our heads where, like, we're afraid to speak up or we're afraid to hurt people's feelings. I'm sorry, but you're hurting someone's feelings even more when you're not honest with them. I don't know what doesn't correlate with guys. I don't know what doesn't calculate in their brains with that. Withholding the truth or not saying how you're true, it hurts someone even more. If you're direct and honest, yes, it's going to hurt because, oh, I thought we were feeling the same. Like, I felt this and you know, but the respect will be there because it's that, thank you for telling me. Instead of leading someone on or not telling them how you feel or leaving them in like this limbo and just going ahead and doing your thing. Like, to me personally, I'll keep it a buck. Like, it's shitty. It is shitty. Whether you think in your head that you're not hurting the person, you're doing more damage than being honest. You know, so yeah, that's not, like, men seriously need to take that on board because a lot of men do it. You know. I even put in my notes that I actually was feeling for Justin this episode. Like, he didn't feel wanted. He felt neglected, and yeah, I was feeling quite bad for him this episode. I'll be honest. Baraka shot his shot at Adam and was laying it on thick. I was like, this is not giving I'm so sorry. You might be laying it on thick now, but where was this energy before? That's me. That's just I wasn't buying it. I just wasn't buying it. Justin was telling everyone how he was feeling, and Jack G was like, you should tell Alex how you're feeling. Again, Justin, you're feeling a type of way. You need to pull Alex aside and say, you've made me feel like this. But then, with that being said, is that Justin's job Alex should be the one to tell him how he's feeling or where his head is at. But again, yes, if a man has made you, or anybody as a matter of fact, has made you feel that type of way, pull them aside and tell them, listen, you've done this to me. or you've made me feel this way. I'm not happy at the moment. We need to normalize actually speaking to people and letting people know how we truly feel. It's okay. It's like, in general, like, I feel like some people are genuinely scared to let people know how they're feeling. And I guess there's that fear of someone being gaslit. I totally hear it, because that seems to be a trend at the moment. Like, people be gaslighting people like there's no tomorrow, making them feel like they're crazy and then making them spiral out of control. I hear it. But you know what? You're not crazy, because most of the time how you're feeling is how that person is making you feel. And if they're having to gaslight you, it's because they don't want to admit to what they have done. The guilt will eat them up too much. That is what that is. Like I said, I'll be really clocking people, but most of the time it's not for me to say. It's just for me to be preeing people's actions and being like, wow, you're really a shitty person in real life, or you're really a shitty person as a whole. But it's not my tea to talk about. I mean, it's not me you're doing it to, but I just know you're not a nice person. And I've clocked it about a few people, but it's not my tea to talk about. But it's just like, we need to normalize letting people know how we feel. That's just all it is. Alex ends up pulling Justin for a chat. Alex said Justin has had more time to rule everyone out and just focus on him, which is facts, because obviously Justin came in the Masseria before Alex. And Alex hasn't had that same amount of time because he's getting to know Justin, but also having to get to know other people. So I understand that, but it's just a matter of communication. That's all that is. Like, literally, he could have said this from the jump, or he could have said this as soon as Adam came and said, that's when you pull Justin and say, okay, update. This, because on these type of shows, this is what you have to do. Maybe in a real life or outside of that, you guys might move different. I don't know. People move differently. But on shows like this, I feel like, because like you don't have that much time, you're living in a bubble, things work slightly differently, you know? But I would like to assume, like, because let's be real, most men don't just be talking to one man at a time. We don't put our eggs in one basket. We never do that. But it's a thing where it's like, so long as, if you've got a connection with someone, you need to be keeping them in the loop of what's happening. So I would like to think that is like a real thing people do. But again, we're talking about a lot of men who don't know how to, they're not emotionally intelligent. So yeah. And by the way, just so it's clear, I'm not necessarily talking about the guys in the Masseria. I'm talking about men as a whole, including myself, because I'm a man and I have failed in the past to be emotionally involved or intelligent when it comes to talking to a guy. I'm not going to talk about my tea too tough, because this isn't about me, but like I said, I've had time to grow, mature, and understand that when people's feelings are at bay, you got to take it into consideration. The boys will be having an Italian cocktail party. And Dannii, she had to come with the twist. She comes in and tells the boys that they are having a kiss-off. But we're not waiting until next week. Oh, they're having it right now. And then that concludes episode 7. So we're going to just go straight into episode 8. We're not going to have any time to waste. So it's kiss-off time. Ruben and Lars, kiss. Callum and Jordan, kiss. Hugh and Jack S, kiss. Jack S plays too much, because when I didn't see him turn around, I said, nah, there's no way. What could have happened? Like, what in his mind could have happened? But then he was joking. Aaron and Jas kiss. Jack D and Baraka, there's no kiss at all. Baraka's saving his kiss for Adam, and Jack D has decided to leave on his own accord because he hasn't found a connection, which I rate highly, because you're keeping it real. You're not trying to force anything with anyone. You know, you've made great friends, which is nice. You know, obviously you didn't go there for what you were looking for, but I always tend to look at the positive out of situations. You found a great bunch of friends, which is great. So yeah, it's, you know, you've had a great run, but he didn't find what he was looking for. Justin and Adam didn't share a kiss. Justin saved his kiss for Alex. Adam did not save his kiss for Baraka, which I knew. I just knew it. I just knew that was never going to be a thing. I don't know what it was like. I don't know what they thought it was giving, But it was just like, you guys are friends. I see the friendship, I see the banter, I see even the flirtations, but I see it, but it's like the chemistry, no. I have to keep it a real. No, 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 no. So, and that's absolutely fine, you know. Adam, wait, hold on. I've lost track of where I was. He also has saved his kiss for Alex. Adam has saved his kiss for Alex. I wrote the wrong name here and that threw me off. But yes, he saved his kiss for Alex. Alex chooses Adam. And all the boys were shocked. I was a little bit surprised. So if I had to give a percentage, I was like, I would say 40% surprised. And the rest of the percentage I wasn't. And let me actually tell you my reasoning why. From time Alex was saying stuff like, oh, he feels like he's seen by Adam. He feels so comfortable talking to Adam. And the way that they were actually talking constantly and for a long period of time, I said he might, there's actually a strong chance that he will pick Adam. Having sexual chemistry with someone is all good. It's all sweet. But if you don't have that like kind of like emotional connection like that, like what he has with Adam, because men can bring out different sides of you, you know. Like that's another thing. Like men can bring out different versions. Different men can bring out different versions of you. So what Adam is bringing out of Alex, Justin is not bringing it out. Like there's that sexual kind of, oh, we kissed, I think you're fit, you know, that type of stuff, which is good. But where's the base? And Adam has the base. Not me saying that he's not attractive or anything like that or stuff like that. That's not what I'm saying at all. Or that sexual chemistry isn't there. But sexual chemistry can always be built. That's something that you can always build a foundation on. But I'm losing track of where I am, you know. I'm actually losing track of where I am. Lord have mercy. Yeah, all the boys were shocked, but yeah, I wasn't that shocked. I was shocked a little bit, but I wasn't that shocked. Justin was absolutely fuming. He wasn't having it. He said, okay, if I'm going home, I'm going out in style. And he said it's absolute BS. And I feel like Justin's feeling this way because nothing was communicated with him, which is valid. So Justin, Baraka, and Jack D end up going home. Alex said he followed his gut, and I said he shouldn't feel bad for it. At the end of the day, you followed your gut. You could have communicated better, but you followed your gut. Ain't no problem with that. Then they end up having the final chemistry test. Basically, they both say yes, they step forward. If it's a no, they stay where they are. So Adam said no to trusting your partner fully. And his reasoning was because Alex has been navigating through the masseria. It's quite self-explanatory, really. Communication. Adam and Alex said no to sexually attracted. Very interesting. So I guess it makes sense. But with that being said, is again what I was just talking about, like Adam having that base, but the sexual attraction, they even admitted it themselves. It's not there. It's not there. He had it with Justin. Like I said, Justin was giving him the sexual, but they're not getting that from each other. But Adam can provide all the other things. You understand what I'm saying? So different men can bring out, it's a matter of what man can bring out everything. That's when you need to be like, okay, I think I've actually found the one. When you can say a man can bring out everything from you, not parts of you. I'm not saying that, you know, you're dating men and they're bringing out different sides of you that you didn't even know that you had. That's also a bonus because you're learning things about yourself. We learn stuff about ourselves every day, you know, believe it or not. But I guess when, you know, you're dating someone, there has to be that kind of sexual attraction there as well. And yeah, they both said no to that, it is interesting, especially as they're paired up with each other as well. Do you think your partner will be able to connect on an intellectual level? Everyone said yes. This was the second to last question. Would you move to where your partner lives for your relationship? And there was some yeses and there was some nos. The final question was, are you ready to call your partner your boyfriend? Now, this was key. Ruben said no, Lars said no. Adam said no, Alex said no. Aaron said yes, Jas said no. Jordan said no, Callum said no. Adam and Alex are the least compatible, which means they have both been dumped from the Masseria. Now, I was shocked because I wasn't expecting that, but I guess, next week is basically I feel like it's the final 2 episodes that will be airing. So it's time to kind of clear out the Masseria a little bit. So I guess it makes sense. You're the least compatible. So why are you guys still there? Is the question that we would be asking if they were still there. You're the least compatible. I know they didn't have time to really get to know each other because the kiss off was literally a few hours ago, if that. And now they are going home. So it's bittersweet, but yeah. Aaron and Jess have a conversation, and the conversation went pretty well, especially how they interpreted the questions differently. It just goes to show you that they're still more like, yes, they're at a good place, but I feel like they still need to get to know each other a little bit more because, like I said, you're living in a bubble. And living in a bubble, from watching like other love shows, when you're living in that bubble, it's so nice, it's so sweet. But then obviously you see on like social media, you see on the blog pages, when these people come out of the bubble and they go back into the real world, it's completely different. So it's all a matter of everything looks sweet, everything looks cute where they are, but how are they going to manage that in the real world? And I feel like the way that they both think, and especially how they interpret things differently, and they can still come to terms and meet in the middle, I think that's very sweet. And it just goes to show like the intelligence level and how, what's the word I'm looking for? It's not even intelligence. It's like the emotional intelligence, and there's a word that I'm looking for, but it's not coming to me. But emotional intelligence isn't the one, but that's the one that can replace what I'm thinking of right now. Emanuele drops off a letter from Dannii, and the boys will be having a cowboy party. The boys are basically saying that the final kiss is like a commitment, because the final kiss is basically, if you kiss this person, you're ready to make it exclusive. Like, there's no more, even when you get back on the outside world, you're not going to be getting to know other men. Yes, everyone is in agreement. Bar Rubin, he seems to disagree. Now, don't shoot me in the foot, but I can see where Rubin is coming from. Now, I don't know if it's that. I don't know if it's because I kind of think similarly. Like, if I was in this situation, I would think, I don't know how many weeks the show is filmed over. I see the film over the course of, I believe it's been 4 weeks. Correct me if I'm wrong. I believe it's been 4. We don't know how long overall the guys are there filming for, right? Well, I don't know anyway, personally. Having a final, I don't know. I don't feel like it doesn't need to determine that you're exclusive, because the real test for me personally is when you're on the outside. Like I said, everything is all sweet and all cute in the bubble. And I really like where things are going. Don't get me wrong, but like, we still need to experience each other on the outside world. Like, I feel strongly about you. Don't get it twisted. But we need to experience everything on the outside world for me to truly be like, okay, you are the one type of thing. Do you understand? Like, I guess when you know, and that's why everyone is more in an agreement, because they're saying, they're committed to to the person that they're seeing. So this final kiss, I'm committed to, basically, I don't want to see anybody. I don't want to see or get to know anyone else. But with that being said, I also see why people would think, okay, like, what's Ruben playing at? Like, you've had all this time to get into know, and the way that you guys have been moving, you would think, okay, like, Ruben's ready to take it to that next stage. But obviously he isn't. Jas asks Lars, does he feel like the connection is specific to him, or is it based off convenience? Which was a very good question to ask, by the way, because when you start seeing certain signs, you need to start asking these type of questions. Whether it's other people asking or you asking yourself, you need to start asking yourself these questions and being like, oh my gosh, like, you don't think the final kiss is a commitment? Okay, should I be worried here? Like, what's really going on? How are you really feeling? Because Ruben, he done this same thing with Adam. Ruben, again, I feel like Ruben struggles to really say how he feels. That's what I've realized that with him. Like, with Adam, he wasn't really feeling Adam like that. but he was going along cruise sailing. I just hope Lars doesn't experience the same thing. It wouldn't be nice for him to experience that. So I feel like personally, if you know now's the time before next week. Now is the time to say to Lars, you know what? Listen, I'm not ready to commit to this. I rather Ruben say that now, because it's only now like it seems like you're realizing maybe I'm not. But then again, it's these type of questions that would really have people thinking. These are very important questions. They're very, very important questions. So I'm glad it's made Ruben kind of realize that, wait, am I actually ready for this? Am I actually ready to commit? I guess we'll see in next week's episode. Ruben and Lars then have a conversation. Lars doesn't want Ruben to just be Lars doesn't want Ruben to just be going along for the ride. He would want to know, if you're not interested, just basically tell me now. I don't, basically my feelings are involved and I don't want to get hurt type of thing. Ruben doesn't want to think too far into the future in terms of a relationship, because basically that stuff kind of it makes him like overthink, and it makes him nervous. I understand sometimes looking too much into the future, it could be a drag. I'm the type of person I take day by day. That's just the way I live my life, I try to live my life like a movie, so it's like I think about today, what's happening in the present current moment. Yeah, I'm not saying don't think about your future. Obviously, you have goals and aspirations. I'm not saying don't think about the future, but try not to make it your forefront. You need to live in the present day. God forbid, you don't know what could happen in the future. So it's like, I'm the type of person, I'm a very go with the flow type of person, and I take every day as it comes. What happens today happens today. Tomorrow, we'll think about tomorrow when tomorrow comes. Because I feel like when you start worrying about future stuff, this is why people really, like, they could drive themselves crazy. Because I feel like people worry and think about things that they should just let things naturally take its course. And I'm telling you, life is a lot easier when people just let things naturally play out sometimes. Try not to think about it too much. And I'm saying, from time Ruben couldn't even answer that question, that should be Lars's answer. Because if I'm sure about something, best be sure I'm going to answer with chest. Ruben couldn't answer the question. Unless they've given a dramatic pause and for us to wait until next week, which I'm hoping that's the case. But it's looking unlikely. I don't know. I just don't see Lars and Ruben lasting, unfortunately. And they were so sweet together, but that question itself is just like, I feel like it's throwing Ruben off a bit. And next week is the final kiss off. So yeah, I Kissed a Boy. Next week will be the last 2 episodes I will be reviewing, I assume. It's coming to an end. It's been a great season. I've really enjoyed this season. I've enjoyed all the cast. I feel like everyone's bubbly. Oh my gosh, I can't speak. Bubbly, lively, vibrant. They just all have great energy. And, I always say in my reviews and stuff like that, never to take it personal, because I don't know anybody personally. I'm not friends with any of these people. So it's like, yeah, obviously we're all part of the same community. I may bump into a few of them here and there, and it's always going to be pleasant vibes. I always tell people not to take myself personally, because I know in the past, I've reviewed shows and stuff like that, and some people have taken my stuff personally, and it's like, oh, you're on TV and I'm watching the show, I'm just reviewing what I'm seeing. I don't know you personally, but yeah, I guess, sometimes I just have to reassure people, it's never coming from a bad place. It's a place of love. And yeah, guys, I'm sad that it's coming to an end. I've actually really enjoyed reviewing this season, but I guess we will be back. I believe it won't be next year. Next year will be the girls. I'm guessing if they're doing it back to back like that, it's going to be the girls next year. If you guys want me to review the girls ones, you already know what to do. Sound off in the comment section below. What other announcements do I have to make before I sign off? Oh yes, Love Island. Guys, let's talk about Love Island real quick. The cast, I believe, has been announced. Now, it's late. It's coming up to 11. Oh, yeah, it's actually coming up to 11. If you think I'm actually about to record another video today, you're sadly mistaken. So you will get the cast first impressions tomorrow. I will drop that tomorrow for you guys. And then from next week, Monday, guys, we're back to daily uploads of Love Island reviews. it's been a great time off from doing it, but I'll be glad to be back, man. And this time it's for 8 weeks, so you bet if you haven't subscribed already, I don't know what you're doing, to be honest with you. You don't know already you love my Love Island reviews. Those that tuned in for the All-Star season series, you already know what it is. Those that have come from TikTok, when I was first doing it on TikTok, you already know the vibes. So if you haven't subscribed already, I don't know what you're playing at. And while I'm telling you to subscribe, just press that notification bell so it comes in your notifications. You don't even have to click on my channel, you know? We're on the road to 10,000 subscribers. And with that being said, I wish you all a pleasant night and enjoy the rest of your night. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Take care.